So something else you can do if you need your controls to be more descriptive is you can add multiple shapes to a single transform node. And I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. It's really handy to make controls that are like this. Just so you can see it, a graphical representation of what's going on, I'm going to go to the hypergraph, display, to shape nodes. And now I can see the shape node and the transform individually. Normally the shape nodes are hidden and they just reside with the transform node, at least visually. So I'm going to select this arrow anim, I'm going to duplicate it, and now I'm going to grab this arrow shape and then parent it to this control. So you'll notice if I drag on this arrow underscore anim 1 shape, middle mouse click on it and drag it and try to parent it to this other transform, it will not do it. Okay, it thinks that you're making a mistake. So you have to force it to do it with a little script. So all you have to do is type parent underscore or parent space -r space -s, and then you can do a list of any number of shape nodes that you want to be parented to a transform node. And so in this case, I'm going to parent arrow underscore anim 1 shape. And I want to parent that to arrow, so I put a space in between these two string arguments, that's what they are, arrow underscore anim. And then end that with a semicolon just for good practice, and then press enter. And now you notice my hierarchy changed. Okay? So I have two arrow shapes that are identically on top of each other. If I select this node, the old transform, the shape used to belong to, it doesn't really control anything. It's an empty group now. That's all it is. So I can delete that. I do want to select this shape, and I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to make this control a little bit more descriptive. So if I have that shape selected and I hit F8 on my keyboard, then it's only going to turn on the component mode for that shape. So now I can drag select over the control, and it's only going to select the components of that particular control. And you can see that in the hypergraph hierarchy. Okay? And then I can hold down, well, I'll just say rotate, another command, so I can get it precise. Rotate, and I want to rotate it in Y. So it's always rotate needs 3 arguments. So the first is 0 because I don't want to rotate in X. Then I want to rotate 90 degrees in Y, and then space, and then 0 because I don't want to rotate in Z either. And then I hit enter, and now if I hit F8 again, I've got a control that has 2 shapes to it, which really is an important part. Well, what's nice about it is no matter where I'm looking at, which direction I'm looking at this control from, it looks like an arrow. And that's the nice part. Okay? And also, I can click this, and it's when you select a shape and you're in object mode in your viewport, it always selects the transform. It doesn't actually select the shapes. Okay, so that's kind of a handy way to create controls. So that's one method. Here's another method. I'm going to select this one and move it aside for now. Actually, let me go ahead and finish this one up entirely. I'll start my controls library. So you'll want to create some default location on your hard drive for all of your controls. So I don't have one right now because I don't rig all the time anymore, but I'll go ahead and put it inside of our class folder. I'll call this my controls library. Okay. Now I want to select this only, and I'm going to go to File, Export Selection, and I'm going to export that to, I want to make sure it's a Maya ASCII file so it doesn't get corrupted. So I'm going to export it to that. Oh, I haven't set my project yet, so let me go set my project real quick. Okay, now I'll go to File, Export, and I'm going to go up to my controls library and tell it to export it here, and I'm going to call it what it is. Probably the exact name that I named it inside of Maya. So, call it arrow_anim. And export it. Okay, so now I've sent that out, and to finish up my automation, all I have to do is I can open up, this is a side note, you guys don't have to do this portion, but it's helpful. So if I go to a tab, forget which one creates a new tab. Okay. So I'm going to type a mail command, but not, well actually I don't even have to type a mail command. Here's what I need to do. So I can, now that I've exported this, I'm just going to delete it. And then to show you, make it easier to see, I'm going to erase all the history up here in the script editor. Then I'm going to go to File, Import, and I'm going to import this arrow_anim.ma. Okay, now there it is. So here's the real easy part to scripting this. It knows the file path and everything, and it generated this mail command in the history view of the script editor. So if I just select that entire line, middle mouse click and drag up to my shelf, it's going to create a new shelf button. And then it's going to ask me what type of script it is. Well, I just did it in Mel, so I select Mel. And now I've got a new button to import arrow_anims. So if I click this, I get another anim control. Arrow_anim control. Okay, and you can go through and edit these, take it even one step further. And you can go through and label all this, change all this stuff. You can actually create an icon for it if you want to, or whatever you need to do. Okay, so that's enough about that portion. That was bonus. So let me erase this, and I'm just show you real quickly how to make another type of control that's visually pleasing. But you have to be careful where you use it because it can get in the way. So I'm going to go to Create, NURBS Primitive, and I'm going to choose a sphere. I'm going to go into Shaded Mode, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other one at first. I'm going to go through to the Shape node, and open up the Object Display, Drawing Overrides, Enable Overrides, and change the color. I'm not going to be